What is going on, y'all? It is your boy Knowledge, seven-figure entrepreneur. Been in the notary space for almost 10 years, and now I'm teaching others how to create their own business as a notary, not just be a signing service to where you're driving around and you're still doing all these jobs like we'll talk about in this video, but how to actually be a business. So for those that are tired of driving 45 minutes for a $75 job, you need to watch this, or $50 for a 1 hour job, or you have to drive 30 minutes and 30 minutes back and you're only getting $50, $75, even $100. You need to watch this video. But before we even get into that video, what's important to understand is the quadrants. And I talk about this in some videos, but super important that you understand. There are quadrants, right? There's 4 quadrants that you have. And these are called cash flow quadrants. It's basically the different ways in which people make money. And you most likely, well, you do fall under one of these quadrants. Everybody falls under a quadrant, and you need to know what quadrant you're in. The thing is, if you don't even know about the quadrants, how can you actually level up and get to the next quadrant, right? How can you actually progress if you don't even know where you're going or where you are? So you need to see things like this. So this cash flow quadrant was coined by Robert Kiyosaki, business mentor, investor, all around great person. Kind of reminds me of myself, just kidding. Anyways, so you have 4 quadrants. You got employee, you have self-employed, and please ignore my E. It looks horrible. Okay, and then you got boom and boom. So you have your employee, you have your self-employed, you have your business owner, and you have your investor. The thing is, most of you guys that are driving 45 minutes for a $75 signing, you guys are all right here. Boop. You're self-employed, and you think that you're right here. You think that you're a business owner, and the reason you think that you're a business owner is because maybe you have a business name, maybe you have a DBA, and you're just like, oh, okay, cool. I'm a business owner. I have a DBA, so I'm official. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm official, but in the sense of making money, you're still just self-employed, which is nothing wrong with that. But I'll explain to you guys the difference. So when you're self-employed, or if you're anywhere on the left side of the quadrant, so if you think about this quadrant, it's split into 2 sides, the left side and the right side. When you're on this left side right here, you're still giving up your time to make money. You're still giving up your energy, or you're still giving up your sweat equity to make money, because you're on the left side of the quadrant. Employees, they go to the job and they give up their time, or they sit there for a allotted period of time, whether they're doing something or not, to make some money. When you're self-employed, you may not have a boss, but your business is kind of the boss. You still have to work it in order to make money. You have to put your time in to make money, or you have to put your sweat equity or your energy to make money. And if you're not able to go to work, or if you're not able to work on your business, the business stops making money. If you can't go to these signings, these 45-minute signings, these 30-minute signings, you're not making any money. The problem is you need to get away from being a self-employed entrepreneur and being a business owner. And the difference between a business owner and a self-employed person is that when you're self-employed, you are the system. You are the system. You are the person that has to work the business and make sure that money's coming in. But when you're a business owner, you own a system. So whether you're working or not, money is consistently coming in. It doesn't matter whether you're sick. It doesn't matter if you have to take your child to go to a basketball game, or if you want to just go to the movies with your friends, or if you just want to relax and go do some yoga or some paddle ball or whatever it may be. You can do all of that stuff, and your business, your actual business, consistently works whether you're working on it or not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because you own a system that continues to run itself. It continues to run itself. So in order to get away from these $45 signings, you need to become a system. And how do you become a system? Well, the first thing you need to do is get to the point where you're setting things up to where it's working without you. So first things first, let me explain it to you right here. Create a system. Number 1, how do you create a system? This means that you need to have a standardized way of doing things to start off sometimes. A standardized way of doing things. What does that look like? That means that, for example, when you go to McDonald's, when you go to Chick-fil-A, when you go to any of these places, you're getting the same burger each and every time. You're getting the same fries, you're getting the same burger, the same thing every single time you go there, and people know what to expect. When you have a system, it's a way of doing things over and over that people can know and replicate from you. So for example, when they come to you, they know that you always notarize documents like this. They know that you always send out a text. Once you have that system in place, they know what to expect from you, and they want to do more business with you. See what I'm saying? They'll do more business with you because you have a standardized process. So underneath that, I'll put a standardized process. You need to have a standardized process of doing things. Next up, you need to pull yourself away from the business. Get away from the business. If you're going out and you're doing all these jobs yourself, if you're notarizing all these documents yourself, you're still within the S category. You don't want to be in the S category. You want to be in the B category. You want to be in the B quadrant. So you don't have to do all these jobs yourself. You just have to know people that can do the jobs, people that's in your team, people that you work with, people that you know, people that you like, people that you trust. Those are the people that you need to be doing business with while you focus on other things in the business. Some people out there, the mass majority, want to just get $50 jobs, $75 jobs, $100 jobs, and they're fine with that. You need to find out who those people are. You need to work with those people. And then that's how you start creating a system, because you're providing a service not only to the people that need to make money, but you also provide the service to the people that are spending their money to work with your company. So that's the thing you need to do. You need to step away from your business, and you need to learn how to step away from your business. And most of you guys don't know how to do it. Don't know how to do it. And the reason that is because most people don't teach things like a signing service or a signing agency or how to open those up. You'll have them that they'll skim over the top of it, but they don't go into in-depth detail like I am. I'm probably the only creator that's going this far deep into it. Probably one of the only. I would say at max, maybe 3, maybe, but no one's going into it deeply like this. But this is where the real money is made. It's not doing all these $50 signings. Good luck trying to make $100,000 a month from doing $50 signings all day. It's almost impossible. And even if you can do it, you're gonna be burned out. It's not realistic. Next up, you need to automate your systems or notary automation. I like notary automation. It sounds cooler. When you hear notary automation, you're like, ooh, what is that? You know what I mean? Like notary automation sounds way better. But that's what you're doing. Automate your systems. So basically, when a client comes in, you know exactly how to reach out to the client. How you reach out to the client is the same way. It's kind of like a standardized process, but now it's just automating it. So the client gets reached out to, the notary knows what they're doing. Everybody's automatically in a automation that's doing everything for you. So you're not having to do the calling and reaching out to the notaries and this, that, and the third. Once you have a standardized system, you then go into it and find the easiest wins, or you start off with the hardest things and find out, all right, how can I automate this hard thing? How can I automate this thing to where I can step back from the business and this thing is still working itself? You want to get to that point. You want to get to the point where it's becoming automated. No matter what you do, you know that the client is going to get an email. You know that the notary is going to get an email. Whoever needs to get the documents that they need to get, they're going to get this automatically without you having to physically do the work. That's how you do that. Next up, you need to charge accordingly. And this is something I see within the notary space, within whatever space it may be. Excuse me. So you'll see this within the notary space. You'll see this within the signing agency space. People are just scared to charge. And usually that comes from a place of, it's more of an internal thing. And I know this coming from a single parent household, didn't come from that much money. Whole family are immigrants. We all immigrated here. And when you don't make that much money, you have the perception that a lot of people around you don't make that much money either. So when you charge a price like, I'll just use like $120 for lack of a better number. So let's say you charge a client $120. In your mind, you're like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But there's a lot of people out there where that's like pocket change to them. $120 to them is like what $10 is to you, which may not be that much. If $10 is to you, that much to you, then maybe 10 cents to you is like, it's like 10 cents to you. You see what I'm saying? Like you're not even thinking about it. But because you think that it's a lot of money, you're scared to charge that amount. Meanwhile, people don't even care. They just want to get the job done. And then it's your job as an entrepreneur to make sure that the job gets done correctly, smoothly, and efficiently. So these are the things that you need to do. You need to step away from being within your own system. You need to step away from this damn self-employed category that everybody's in. Just because you have an LLC doesn't mean you're a real business owner. That's not what that means. You know what I'm saying? That's not what that means. You're still self-employed. You're still self-employed. You need a business. ask yourself this: if you're not sure whether you passed the self-employed or business test, can you not work on your business for, let's even just on the low end, let's just say for a month, and will it still make business? Will it still make money? Will it still make money that's enough to sustain you? If not, that means you need to answer the question as to why. And that means you need to automate some stuff so you can walk away from your business and it keeps making money. You need to find a way to do that. And how do you do that? Creating systems. This is kind of like an overview of that. But if you're a notary, or if you're a notary, or if you're new to the notary industry, or you don't know anything about it and you want more information on how to do this stuff, hit the link in the bio, reach out, and me or a member of my team will walk you through this process. I'll sit down and show you exactly how we do this from A to Z, so that you understand how to actually generate income and make a system to where you're not sitting down and you're driving to all these locations. It doesn't make any sense. You should be doing, we're working so that we can have our freedom to just live. We're not living just so we have to work. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense to me. And that's why I'm trying to show other people that see the message that I'm trying to put out there as well. But anyways, like I said, if you're interested, click the link in the bio. We'll walk you through the process from A to Z. And hopefully you like this video. Hopefully you got a little bit of game. Hopefully I open up your mind just a little bit more. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. If you found this helpful, make sure to join our free Notary Knowledge Academy. It's the #1 community for all notaries. And if you need one-on-one mentorship on how to grow your business from 3 to 8K plus in your notary business, all the links are down below. Go ahead and click that, and I'll see you guys on the inside.